There are three things in the world of marketing where you need to get a very, very clear understanding as a company, as a business owner, and as a brand. And it doesn't matter if you're a consumer brand or a brand only recognized by other businesses. Now, there's three elements in marketing. The market, those are the people who you market to. That's the who question. The message, that's the what you're actually marketing to those people. And then the medium, and plural in English, medium is media. And the media is how. So if you look at it in the form of a bicycle wheel, the hub, the spokes, and the wheel, the message is the hub. By itself, it's meaningless. If you've ever seen a hub that's not attached to spokes that attach to the wheel, then there's absolutely no use for that hub. But once you do that, then you have a wheel, and if you have another one, then you have a bicycle, and you are able to have transportation with just very little effort. So the message is the hub. The spokes are the media. And you'll notice on a bicycle wheel, you can't just have one spoke. You have many, because if one of the spokes breaks, if one of the media sources that you've used in the past no longer works, let's say email doesn't work as well anymore, well, that's a broken spoke. You still may have 30 other spokes that you can live with. So you have to keep your bicycle wheel strong, and that is having many media and many how ways to get to the market. Because the hub has to connect to the spokes, which connects to the market, which is the wheel. Now, the wheel is the market, and the market is about who. Who are you marketing to? And you'll notice that on a bicycle wheel, there are many different connections all the way around the wheel, and many people in your business want to be communicated a certain way. Some want to be spoken to physically, face-to-face. Others want to be spoken to via Skype. Others want to be spoken to with a letter. Others via email. Others with video. Now, there's not just one way to speak to someone. People have different preferences. And on a bicycle wheel, you'll notice that the way a wheel is trued, that's the word, true, so that it's not wobbly, is there's a little key that turns a little, it's called a nipple. And as you're turning the nipple with all the different connections, when you turn, each one gets tighter and tighter until the wheel is going round and round and not wobbling anymore. Where is the wheel trued? By the market or by the hub? Well, the message is important, but once you thread the spoke, then the hub is no longer meaningful. What's meaningful is you put the spoke inside the wheel, and then you turn, and you tighten it until you have a bicycle wheel that's worthy of you riding it. And marketing works the same way. You have to test and track near the market and find out what little subtleties that they're looking for. Now, you may think you know your market, but there are many, many other ways that you could make more money with markets that you haven't even thought about because you haven't tested them or tracked them. I know because that's what I work with. The people who come to me with two things: broken messages or non-buying markets. The media is always the same. There's many of them. But a message that is not clear is like a fuzzy target with a bow and arrow. When you're shooting the bow, if you can't see the target, you don't hit the bullseye. So the biggest problem that people have that come to me, and these are big corporate and business owners who are best-selling authors, some of them are mentors to other business owners and coaches. There's one gentleman who gets $100,000 a year simply coaching them once a month. Imagine, right? So these people make a lot of money and they pay a lot of money, and yet their message is unclear. So that's the number one reason why people fail in the world I'm in of marketing. Their message is not clear. So message clarity is important. Now, the second reason why people fail is because they are not aware of all the other target markets or audiences that they could be connecting these spokes to. It's not enough to have 1 or 2 or 3 spokes. How many spokes do you have in your marketing wheel? 5? 10? Not enough. Minimum 32. Minimum. Why? Is because not every spoke will yield the same amount of dollar volume, but if one of them happens to break, then you're still in business. Do you understand? So the message, the market, and the medium. The message is the hub. The market is the wheel, and the medium is the spokes. Now, what you want is the perfect message to market match. Now, there's 4 different circumstances where there can be a match, but only one of them works. One circumstance is where you have the wrong message to the wrong market. Okay? The market isn't who you're supposed to be going after, and you even have the wrong message to them. Very few people I know who come to me are in this situation, but it is a problem, especially people starting out. If you're going into a new marketplace, that could be your challenge, is wrong message to the wrong market. The second way that you will fail is having the wrong message to the right market. You have the right market, they would buy from you, but you're giving them the wrong message, and as a result, you're offending them, or you're just not getting enough attention, and as a result, they're not buying from you. And then, the third way that you may not win in this game of marketing is you have the right message. Your message is the right one, but it's going to the wrong market. You have the right message, and it's perfect, but your market is imperfect, and they don't buy. For example, if you sold hamburgers in the United States to vegetarians, and you were in the business of selling hamburgers like McDonald's, then you have the right message, and you could say everything you could about hamburgers, but the vegetarians will not buy from you. In fact, they will be offended and send you mail that would not be very flattering. So right message, wrong market is the third way that people fail. So let's have a summary. Wrong message, wrong market, right? Wrong message, right market, and right message, wrong market. Now, the fourth way is the way that I have a expertise of teaching people how to find, and that is the right message to the right market. You have message clarity, and you have the perfect market to message match. Like a bicycle wheel, not only one match, but many matches all the way around that wheel. So when you know your message, your market, and your media, then the goal is to have the perfect market to message match. Now, we have a saying in the United States, you can't read the label from inside the jar. So if you have a jar of food, you can't read the label because you're inside of it as a business owner. I'm outside of the jar. I have objectivity. I can read the label, and I know, or I can see what's working and why things are not working faster, better, and easier once trust is established between my clients and I. Now, any good consultant can do that, but the reason I can do it a little faster is I've done more of it, and I've done it for a longer time. Even though I'm 50 years of age, I have done more in the 20 years in doing business because of the amount of clients that have come my way. After several successes, you get a lot of referrals, and you know this to be true in your business. And all those referrals have not made money. In fact, most of them have not made money initially until we test, and then we find the perfect message to market match. Assuming we have a message, which is the hub, the media, which are the spokes, and the market, which is the wheel.